Hello everyone, this is VJose32 back again with another review. This is the Bruce Lee playing cards from Dan and Dave. The front of the box, as you can see, has an image of Bruce Lee. And it says Bruce Lee playing cards. This Bruce Lee in yellow is embossed. That's the only thing that is embossed on the box that I can recall. On one side, it's black with a yellow stripe and it says Bruce Lee. It's got a little karate figure. The other side, same thing, except it's yellow with a black strip. The top, it says official playing cards, I believe. Can't really tell because of the seal. The bottom, got the Dan and Dave logo, the Karate Guy again, and it says produced and distributed by the D&D Playing Card Company, made in USA, and then there's some trademark stuff from Bruce Lee Enterprises. BruceLee.com, they'll probably be available on there eventually. On the back, it says November 27, the year of the dragon, I believe, hour of the dragon, Bruce Lee was born. And it says, known to the world as a martial artist, actor, and philosopher, Bruce Lee compiled countless volumes on his way of seeing the world. From these thoughts come the 48 quotes presented in this commemorative deck of playing cards created in collaboration with Dan and Dave. These Dragonback playing cards celebrate the life of one of the finest minds of this past century, Bruce Lee, and it shows the back and face of a card. Here's the spades. Seal is custom. It's got a BL on it for Bruce Lee. The B is backwards. It looks like it would actually make a pretty interesting back design for a card itself. Although it's got some of the details the same as this dragon back, as they're calling it. The flap is yellow. It says Dragonback design, copyright Dan and Dave. One flap is yellow, one is black. They were kind of like the colors. The inside of the box is a bunch of little karate guys doing a kick, and that could have made an interesting back design itself. Black and yellow, kind of like a B style deck, borderless and whatever. Inside, you do get a Dan and Dave ad card with the yellow Dan and Dave logo, and it says dananddave.com. To me, that's a little bit disappointing. This is not a Dan and Dave deck. It is a Bruce Lee deck. I don't want to see Dan and Dave's logo on it. There's enough logo on the box, you know. I mean, they had to slap their name all over this deck. So kind of like a slap in the face to Bruce Lee, in my opinion. The back design is exactly the same as the Chinatown Year of the Dragon decks. Makes some sense because he was born in the Year of the Dragon and that deck was Bruce Lee inspired. The only difference is it says BL in the center, which makes it a one-way, but it's not a very noticeable one-way. But still, not very. I mean, they didn't put a whole lot of effort into this deck. That's all they did. They copied the back design, changed the center to put BL on it, and that was it, basically. You do get another card, which is kind of an ad card. Could be used as a joker, I guess. It's got a silhouette of Bruce Lee doing karate, just like all over the box. And it says, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Excuse me, that makes sense. This is what you get for the cards. They got yellow faces, which doesn't match the borders, obviously, with a black strip down the middle, and on that black strip is one of his 48 quotes. The indexes are slightly customized. I don't like what they did with the queens, where it's just a line on the inside of the circle. Doesn't look like a Q to me. It just looks like a circle, or I should say it looks like an O with a little line on the inside. Doesn't look like a Q. And then the hands look really weird because it's so big compared to the rest. But that aside, it's not too bad. And then the quotes are all different. Like this one says, always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. And they're good quotes, don't get me wrong. To express yourself in freedom, you must die of everything of yesterday. You know, etc., etc. The court cards, number cards are all like that. Be water, my friend. Okay. They're good quotes. Jokers, get this one. If Bruce Lee putting his foot in your face, basically. I'd rather him see that on a playing card than in real life. I don't want his foot in my face. That would hurt. This one says, we do not live for, we simply live. A limited mind cannot think freely. When you freely express, you are a total stylist. All sorts of interesting quotes. The Aces, nothing. They got no quotes. I guess they couldn't find 4 more quotes or something. It wouldn't have been that difficult, I think. But that's what all the Aces look like. Just a black strip. The other Joker is different. It's another image of Bruce Lee doing some martial arts, karate. And that's that. We get a bicycle stock. Aircus Infinis. As far as I can tell. It would have been really nice if they had made the Jokers the same color as the rest of the cards. It would have been blended in better. But at the same time, you're not really going to use this to perform or do anything like that, in my opinion, because they're just not that great. You're probably not going to play cards with them either, because people are going to start to read the quotes while you're playing cards. Yeah, and they're not going to be paying attention to the game. And then just, I don't know. I don't think I would use them to play cards. I certainly wouldn't perform with them. They're more of a collection piece. They're good if you're into Bruce Lee and martial arts, and if you're into cards. And they're also a little bit pricey. I think they're about 14, 15 bucks each. I don't remember the exact price, but it was right around there. For a deck that's fairly standard. And, well, I shouldn't say fairly standard. It's just fairly plain. Minimal on the faces. It looks pretty cool when you spread them out and fan them. Some people, I think, would have preferred if the borders matched. Some might have preferred if you didn't have the BL in the center to make it a one-way back design. And I would have preferred if Dan and Dave weren't advertising themselves in a Bruce Lee deck. I know they collabed on it and whatever, but it just feels out of place to me. It's a Bruce Lee deck, not a Dan and Dave deck in my opinion, and that's that. I would have preferred if the Bruce Lee organization had gone to, you know, USPC, because they're printing the cards. They know cards better than anyone, so why not go to the #1 playing card company in the world to design and print a deck of cards celebrating Bruce Lee instead of a couple of magic dudes on some website online, you know? This doesn't make sense to me. Whatever. It's an interesting deck. Good for collection purposes. I only bought one because it's a little bit pricey, and I was underwhelmed by what I saw when I saw this deck. That is what I've got. Stay tuned for more reviews, and I'll see you next time.